Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today we are continuing our How to Tank series with Mei. I personally do not play a whole lot of Mei, but I know the gist of her. We're going to go ahead and pull up the tier list, and you can see, well, it's not a tier list, but just the offensive, defensive, and hybrid ranked tanks, and Mei lands in the defensive slot. Mei has excellent peels and area denial, but she has long cooldowns, so she really has to pick and choose which fights or which allies she's protecting. So I'm gonna go ahead, jump into the game, kind of show you which scenarios you need to be taking. But before we do that, let's talk about when do you want to draft Mei. Well, Mei has something I forget about oftentimes. Her snowball, her Q, it blinds enemies for 1.75 seconds. That's a long blind. So you can pick Mei into ranged attackers. She's decent with. She's really good against melee attackers and dive comps. And she's really good on maps. That's her big thing, is maps that have area denial. She's really good on. So like Infernal Shrines. She loves that map because it has good area denial. And Volskaya Foundry. She likes that map too. But yeah, that's basically all you need to know before we jump to the game. I'll talk more in the game. See you there. We have been blessed by the quick match gods today. I just got done saying Infernal Shrines is a good map, and Dive Comps is a good pick for Mei. So for Mei to play against is what I meant. So she likes playing against Dive Comps, which is exactly what this enemy team is, which is super duper lovely for me. I have a pretty standard build that I go with Mei, simply because I've tried a couple in quick match trying to learn her, and this is the one that I found to be the most consistent and reliant, which is focused around my WE combo. And then we kind of use our Q as like a supporting ability. So pick up Ice Storm at level 1. But I'll explain the build after. The main thing we're looking to do on Mei, as I mentioned before, is peel for my allies wherever they might need it, as well as blind enemies. So you can see I used my W there to peel. We're going to go ahead out here and use an E to peel as well. Just keeping my allies nice and safe. Trying to blind a few enemies as well with a Q. And you can see right there, my big W coming in handy. So really just trying to use our abilities to peel for allies, keep them safe. Not really trying to engage, not yet at least. We can if the opportunity presents itself. But only really if it does present itself. Samuro thinks he's slick, trying to get his stacks. Which, I mean, that's how you get your stacks of Sam, but still. Rotate in here. Butcher's sitting at 27 meat already, which isn't bad this early into the game. Gonna heal up off of the light well because we don't have to be right in the fight. We can be a little bit back and still be fine as long as we're able to protect our allies. Those look like Zeratil's rotating in here, so I will place down a W early to try to protect my ally, as well as blind him and boop him back, which might have been a bad boop, actually, but we are able to pick up the kill regardless. So we saved our ally, got the kill, and are going to just continue to rotate, keep my allies safe. In fact, I might do a cheeky rotate here, where, yeah, I'll peel for my ally. Stay away from him. Oh no, I tried pressing my E and it looked like it was just a frame off from saving my ally there. As well as you can see, here's where the long cooldowns are coming to work against me here. But I think that does get better the later the game goes on with our long cooldowns. I'm trying to think. Yeah, cold front is where it'll help out a little bit. We'll come in here, we'll ping her on our way to our butcher friend. It doesn't look like he'll need it though. He's running just safe and fine. I'll press B. I need health and mana, and objective will be spawning in 45 seconds. Unless my ally needs me. There we go. Oh, we weren't able to save my ally again. Such a shame. At least Butcher's getting his meat. And I think we'll be able to kill this. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. I was going to say, we might be able to kill the Greymane as well, but we have to base now. I got to be doing a better job of protecting this Nazebo. That's 2 times he's died in front of my eyes. Level 4, though, we're going to pick up Cold Front. I thought I picked it up earlier there, but that's okay. It will reduce the cooldown of our abilities. That's basically all that it does. And it gives us mana. We like that. Alright, protect my allies. Peel for my allies. That's all that I'm thinking of. Trying to match this enemy team's engage. You can see hit a nice blind there on the Samuro. So my allies are able to just walk out safely and fine. I do also want to be engaging for the friendly team. That's a general rule for the tank, is someone has to go in on these objectives. Sooner or later, it has to happen. And being the tank player, you have to be the one to do it. So I need to be the one getting in here a little bit and saying, like, yo, team, let's engage. Let's engage in this fight. Come out here and peel for my allies once again. You can combo your W and your, both your W and your E. And it actually turns out to be quite a nice combo if you do it properly. Like, I'll pull it off here. We actually missed it there, but you can hit a bunch of enemies with it, pushing them back into your friendly team. Push this Zeratul back in, as well as I'll use my one ability for damage there to try to get the kill. Place down some W's to peel for the ally, and you can see we actually did catch the Samuro in that, and we'll go head out here with another nice E to peel more. We do see Greymane trying to get in on the rest of my backline, though, which I don't like that, not one bit. Picking up these globes will help me heal my mana bar, as well as the next two globes here. That was like a full-on sippy cup. I love it. We're going to pick up Induce Hibernation, which will help with keeping my allies safe. See, our damage is not going to be good this game. Our siege, that's another thing that Mei... I wouldn't say she's horrible with her siege, but she's definitely not the best. Also, I mistimed my combo there. I should have just done a full-on W. But Mei's wave clear costs a lot of mana, and it's just really subpar. We do have Kyro Freeze, which is a very strong ability. Here, I'll show you my wave clear. You can see this is really all that we got. That's about it. For the tank, it's exactly what you'd expect. I will come in and try to help the allies out in the mid lane, because it looks like they were getting rotated on. Still might be, but I think that they're safe now. I just wanted to pick up that late wave of soak in the bottom lane. Not a bad first objective. We got the fort below half, which really good, honestly. Could have been better. You can definitely do better on this map, but for a first objective, an early objective too, I'm happy with it. Not much on the map for us to do, as we can't do camps. Mei's not good at doing camps whatsoever. And we also have, like I said, just okay wave clear. So really all that I'm doing right now is trying to scout for my allies. That's one thing that the tank needs to do, is scout for your allies. Make sure the enemy team has vision or know of where the enemies are. So the friendly team knows, like, hey, they're taking this camp because I was able to scout it. They can now choose if they want to engage, and I think this is actually a really good engagement here if we wanted to take it. Well, actually, I'll ult for that even. Yeah, I'll take the free camp. Trying to come out here and maybe save my ally. Doesn't look like we're quite going to be able to, but we at least traded 1-for-1, as well as we got the camp earlier, so I think that that's an alright trade. This Nazeebo keeps getting picked out in weird spots, which isn't completely his fault. His enemy team has been in crazy positions. We're going to go ahead and try to predict this man's jump. He did, of course, jump the other way, though, but I think he still dies. Yeah. That Muradin did not seem to know what was happening. That's alright, though. Enemy team's missing once again. I'd imagine they're on that camp or this bottom camp here. Or they could just be doing nothing as well, which they very well could be just chilling elsewhere. Yeah, I guess our wave clear, like, it's not good, but it's not the worst. It would be nice if we could get one pick here, so I'll come in, and as the tank, actually, I'll say, like, let's just take the building team. One thing about Mei, she is actually a ranged tank. She's the only ranged tank, I want to say. Now, there's got to be more. Blaze is technically one. Let's pull up the tier list. Yeah, I think Blaze is the only other one. But you can use that to your advantage to an extent. Just knowing, like, hey, my hero can do this, you know? She can shoot from far. Is a good thing to know oftentimes. Trying to use my W as, once again, that peel ability for my ally here. I want to get this... Yeah, I want to get that Zeratol off of my allies as well. We are going to try to avoid this enemy team. I'm going to send out another ult, which I think did not synergize super well with my allies, but it kept them alive. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's all that matters. My allies live. But my abilities, like I mentioned before, when they're not on cooldown, there's not a whole lot that I can do. Even going to try to peel for my Deathwing a little bit. Despite peeling for him is kind of, not useless, but difficult. It's very difficult to do. Looks like Muradin is just now reviving. Yeah, stay away from my boys. Gonna go ahead and blind these, what are they, Samuro clones, or the real Samuro? Did that yeah, the Samuro went Illusion Master, which is unique for a Samuro. You can see right there was that little combo I talk about with pushing the enemy team into your W's. Hopefully we don't die here. I think we're chilling. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and heal up out of here. We finally have both mana and cooldown reduction now, so we can do fun things like this and try to push enemies in, and then we get our abilities back very quickly from playing our hero. I think one tick, yeah, a couple ticks from my Mei Blast will kill him. And looking pretty good thus far. Friendly team was able to cap the objective once again. I have my ult up, so if I can catch these enemies out of position, I could totally mess them up. If I wanted. I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh boy. Yeah, objective very healthy. We do have to watch because we're a little bit low on mana right now. It's not the end of the world, as our job is once again just peeling for my allies. The enemy team engages, I stop their engage. I press my abilities to save my allies. We're going to go ahead, grant ourselves unstoppable and heal, just because I knew I'd get hit by the enemy Deckard's root. We got to be careful about this fight. That's another thing that the tank has to do. He has to be the voice of reason for your team to say, like, hey, maybe it's time we back out now. You got to be the one that's leading your team. That's why tank's such an important role, is you are really quite the backbone for your team. I'm going to come in and just snowball these enemies away. I don't think I caught both of the correct ones. Maybe I did. No, I caught a clone. That's alright, though. We were able to keep our Butcher alive, and we got a kill on the Greymane. And now, here's that voice of reason. It might be time to back out now. Especially if Butcher's just going to chill there. But with Nazeebo's Siege, I mean, we might be able to take mid at least. I want to get the globes, because as we mentioned before, as the tank, taking globes is very beneficial for your team. Nice ability there by our Anduin, able to keep our Butcher alive from what I figured was sure death. Using an early W there. And I do have to be careful because we are all low on resources. Staying here could mean certain death. I'm going to go ahead and grant myself the unstoppable. And yeah, it's time to go. Time to go. We got the keep. We got 2 keeps from that push, actually. And I totally am forgetting about my backline here. Thankfully, they're fine, though. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and press B. I think that I want Black Ice here. Although the second blind could be nice, but I think I'll just run out of mana if I do that. So we're going to go ahead and pick up Black Ice. And continue on our course. Now is a fantastic time. That was a great time to base. Because there's nothing going on in the map, really. You know, allies are basing as well. I guess we can pick up some soak down here at the bottom lane and then regroup my ally. Also, Avalanche has been up so much this game. It's on a 90-second cooldown, but I feel like I've had it all game long, and it's nice. It's nice whenever you have your ults. And the reason I have it is because I've been using it as a peeling ability. That's all we're doing, is we're peeling for our allies. Hopefully, the friendly team doesn't engage here, because I don't really want to engage. But if we wanted to fight down here in the bot lane for the camp, I wouldn't be completely opposed to that. There we go, once again coming out here with our our W to peel for our ally, and we got the cooldown reduction from that. I think it was level... Yeah, level 13 gave us the cooldown reduction. So we'll get the camp. It looked like there was a skirmish in the mid lane. We used the lamb to the slaughter. But I really want to make sure Nazeebo doesn't get picked off here. Especially with this objective spawning and being so late in the game. We're just going to ask for him to help us out at the camp. Hopefully he'll head that way. But I'm here to help if he needs it. We do see a bunch of enemies in the top lane. Greymane plus Zeratul is the burst damage that I'm afraid I can't peel. We probably would be fine peeling it, but it's just, it scares me a little bit. Looks like we'll be able to pick up a nice yoink on that fort before this objective. We have priority in every single lane. Unfortunately, though, Deathwing did get picked early, so we're going to have to play this fight for the objective super duper well if we want to win it, or we just give it. Right now, I don't like our positioning. As the tank, I should be positioned a little bit better to help engage my allies. But it looks like their Muradin is getting caught out, and he will... Yeah, he's not been very good. I almost wonder if he's a bot. With that pickup as well, I feel totally cool to engage on these enemies a little bit here. I would be fine pressing my R button aggressively even, if I had to. Yeah, here we go. We'll give that a try. Oh, I definitely caught everything but the correct Samuro, didn't I? That's all right. We're gonna go ahead and heal up off of our trait, and maybe Butcher kills the Samuro. Looks like Samuro's trickery was caught up to him because the Anduin was not getting fooled. Well done by him. We'll come in, try to help our ally out. Looks like Butcher's on his way as well. I think they're fine though. The enemy's gonna get out, so we'll come in, help him get the objective. That does need cleared in the top lane as well. But peeling for Butcher is going to be our main duty right now. I think Deathwing has that under control. We have our Cairo Freeze up in just a moment here, so we can heal ourselves if we need it. Greymane thinks I hide cold in my pants. Yeah, that Greymane's been honoring Nazeebo. Their whole team has, really. They might be on this camp. Probably not, though. Yeah, they're not. That's fine. All right, level 20. Probably go for the big one. Yeah, I think that's the pickup that I want. This makes it so I have a massive... Oh, I missed again. But I have a massive snowball every 15 seconds. That's really all that it does for me. And it looks like we're just going to be able to peel our way to victory this game. With a nice pickup on Muradin there. A full health... 60% health Punisher coming in. Oh, good blink by that. Zeratul is going to keep him alive, but it will not protect his core from our dastardly plans as we send out one last snowball. So, yeah, that was Mei. The enemy team, like I mentioned, that was like the perfect matchup for us, and it showed. The enemy team had not a single opportunity to really kill our allies, because we just had such good peels. Our tank ability wasn't that great. We really didn't tank a lot, but we didn't have to tank a lot because the enemy team was slowed and stunned to the point where they were just getting absolutely wrecked. Also nice on that, the shrine capture. I'll review the build because I didn't go over it much in the game, just so you know what I went, and you can play along at home. But you know the gist of how to play is you're protecting your allies from the engage of the enemies. You're reacting to the engage of the enemy team. Didn't help that also that Muradin was either a bot or a very new player, so that was unfortunate to see. But we went for Ice Storm at level 1. This is mainly used for the final stun damage. It's good for both wave clear as well as that fear that the enemy has of, oh, this Ice Storm is gonna hit, or gonna hurt, so I gotta get out of it. And so it either saves your ally or they stay in it and deals damage. Cold Front at level 4. This is really good because, as I mentioned, Mei has a mana problem and she has a long cooldown problem. This kind of gets fixed with Cold Front. So you reduce the cooldown of your E by 3 seconds, and if Mei enters her own W while using her E, the cooldown of her E is reduced by 5 seconds, and she gains 80 mana. So I believe your combo costs about 100 mana, so you gain a lot of that back if you use it properly. Induce Hibernation, this reduces the cooldown. Or not, it doesn't reduce the cooldown. It reduces the damage enemy heroes deal while they're inside of my W. And if they get hit by my W's stun, then they have this effect for an additional 4 seconds. So that's like in total almost I think it's like 6 seconds of 40% of their damage. That's so strong. Like nobody's that's like giving all of your allies 40 armor. It's so good. Avalanche, because you can use it both to peel, engage. It has a lot of different things you can pick up, but the other alt's still good. We then went for Flurry at level 13. This is once again a huge bonus. So while Mei is inside of her own W, her own Blizzard, she gains 50% increased attack speed, and her Blizzard's cooldown refreshes 120% faster. So she attacks faster, but the main reason we're picking up is for that cooldown reduction. If Mei is in her own Blizzard when it ends, her own W when it ends, she gains these bonuses for additional 3 seconds. So she now has her W up a lot more frequently, as well as her E up a lot more frequently. And those are the two main abilities that you use. We then went for Black Ice. So my slow will no longer decay. If you don't know, it has a decay on it, her E. But it no longer does that with level 16. Once again, helping with your peels. And it now deals more damage if you're able to land it up close. This 16 talent comboed with your Ice Storm at level 1, you actually deal a lot of damage to enemies if you're able to pull it off correctly. I didn't pull it off much that game because I didn't have to. I wasn't using my abilities to engage. I knew that my friendly team could win if I just let Nazebo poke, let Deathwing poke, and kept them alive from the enemy team's dive. Then at 20, I went for the big one because I think I missed my Q a couple times where I would have liked to have landed it. This just ensures that I land it, as well as increasing the damage, so it helps out with that one-shot combo that Mei can have. Anyways, I hope you guys learned a little bit about how to play Mei, and you can apply this to your games at home. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.